Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's coaching video is called Overcome Shyness with Women. Now, as many of you know, these coaching videos is when one of you guys writes into me, and if I think it's a question that would be beneficial to my viewers and my subscribers, I answer your question in a video. And in today's email, I got from a guy who is very shy and introverted around women. He is scared to death to approach them. And what's even worse is that he, at 43 years old, he has absolutely no experience with women. And he's kind of getting to the point where he feels he should just give up. So I'm going to go through his email, which is a very short one, and then I'm going to give some tips on how to begin to overcome the shyness with women. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. All you have to do is head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the contact tab, and shoot me a message from there. All I ask is that you keep your questions and messages to me rather short and to the point, really just 1 to 2 paragraphs max. Otherwise, I'm just not going to have time to read through them all. But I will get back to you as soon as I can in either a written response or a video response like I'm doing today, where I will keep your personal information private. But I do have to get back to my paying clients first. So if you're just a little patient, I usually get back to you within, right now it's about 2 weeks, give or take a couple of days. But if you need to get in touch with me right away, or you want to dive deeper into your situation, the best way to do that is, again, head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the coaching tab, and there you'll see I have several options for you to choose from. I offer emergency email coaching that includes responses from me on weekends and holidays, and I also offer a bi-weekly and monthly email coaching where I will work with you throughout that time period. Additionally, I offer phone coaching for my U.S. clients. Now, if you're outside the U.S., I will have something for you guys in the future in terms of Skype or phone coaching, but for right now, email coaching is the way to go. And I will post a link to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. So let's get on to his email. He says, "Hi, Erik. Just curious as to what your opinion is on my situation. I'm somewhat shy and introverted, and as a result, I don't approach women as I'm terrified and have never had a girlfriend or even any experience with women at 43 years old. Do you think it's too late, or should I just give up? Thanks." Well, no to both of those. Okay, I think there are a lot of men that are going through a similar issue. But at 43, I mean, that's really rough. You're missing out on a whole heck of a lot there. But if you could just get past this point, get laid, your confidence and your happiness is going to totally shoot up. Plus, you're going to feel much more like a man this way too. But to be clear, getting laid isn't the only missing piece to acquiring confidence, happiness, and feeling like a man. But it's certainly going to help. I mean, it's going to be like opening a door to this whole new world that's just full of sunshine and rainbows. You may even have a little bluebird land on your shoulder. And it's going to be even better if it's with a woman that you're actually in love with. I mean, if any of you have never had sex with a woman that you're genuinely in love with, where you're actually making love to her as opposed to just pounding away at her, it's a huge difference. But because you have gone so long, you're naturally going to be giving off this very thirsty vibe with women. And unfortunately, that thirst isn't going to be quenched until you could get a drink. But you have to in order to get past this point, you have to overcome your shyness with women first. But since you're in your 40s already, it's going to take some extra work to more or less recondition yourself, but do not give up. Trust me on this. You're going to be so happy with yourself that you push through this. Really, the only way to advance in any area of your life is to push past your comfort zone. And this is really how you end up building your confidence. I mean, most of this is really in your head anyway. How many times have you've been dreading doing something and have thought to yourself, there's no way that I could do this. It's just impossible. I can't do it. And then you're finally pushed to the point where you really have no choice but to do it. And then you do it and you're like, oh, that wasn't that big of a deal. Why was I waiting so long to do it? And that's really how this is going to turn out for you too. So there are actually a couple things that you could do to get to the point where you're feeling much more comfortable and confident talking to women. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to say hi, just hi, to 3 women that you do not know every day for the next week. Saying hello is a bit on the formal side, so just stick to hi. And just 3 women, whether it's the clerk at the store, women that you're standing next to, perhaps in line or on a bus, or women that you pass on the street. And don't worry if you're attracted to them or not. The idea is to just get comfortable saying hi to women that you don't know. But you don't want to avoid the attractive women either. I mean, many very beautiful women are actually quite lonely because men are too afraid to approach them. And that's a fact. Okay, so after that first week where you're saying hi to at least 3 women each day, 3 women that you do not know with a smile, the next week I want you to increase that to 5 women each day, at least 5. You could say hi to more, but at least 5. And don't forget to smile. A smile communicates that you're friendly, and it's going to make women feel much more safe and comfortable in engaging with you, or at least smiling and saying hi back to you. And what's going to happen here by the end of that second week is you're going to realize that this really isn't that difficult, and you're going to find yourself being a lot more comfortable at least saying hi to women. So by the third week, I want you to continue saying hi to women, but this time I want you to begin to open them up a little bit. So if they're a little responsive to you, let's say they're saying hi back or smiling back, I want you to ask them, how are you doing today? And I don't want you to worry about an outcome with any of these women. You're really just going into this just to have a little bit of fun. I mean, that's really the mindset that you want to have here. So if she doesn't respond to you, she doesn't say hi back, she doesn't smile back, you don't want to take it personal. Sometimes she's just having a bad day, or maybe she's involved with another guy. I mean, you have to understand that even mildly attractive women, they get hit on multiple times a day. So if she's taken or unavailable, she really just doesn't want to have to go through the hassle of trying to explain it to you or tell you that she's involved with someone else, because a lot of guys, they end up getting upset or butthurt and really offended, and it just turns the whole situation into something very awkward. So a lot of times women just opt not to give you any impression that she wants to talk to you at all. Plus, women, they really don't want to hurt your feelings, despite what it may seem like sometimes. So don't worry about this being a humiliating experience, because I promise you, it won't be. A lot of guys, they're afraid to approach women because they're afraid the women are going to laugh in their face or just be downright mean. I have never, ever heard of that actually happening. So, I mean, I suppose maybe it happens on very rare occasions, but I have never heard of that happening ever. So that's not something that you need to be worried about. Now, the following week, which is the 4th week, I want you to escalate things even further. Now, by this time, you're already asking women how they're doing, and they'll probably respond with something very generic like fine or something similar. So I want you to respond with some little playful teasing at her expense. Now, I realize that this part's going to be a little scarier, but I promise you, girls love to be teased as long as it's all in fun and it's not mean-spirited. So as long as you're smiling when you're saying these things to her, women are going to know that you're just having a little bit of fun with her. And besides the fun factor, one of the reasons women love this is because it communicates that you do not fear her response. And women find bold men to be very attractive. Now, most men, they end up complimenting women when they're talking to them. Telling her how beautiful she is or how pretty her eyes are. Like I said, many women get hit on multiple times a day, so they know that you have ulterior motives. And it's really a weak way to approach women. And often it just causes them to shut down right away because they're thinking, oh my God, I know what this guy is after. So you just want to have a little fun with her by being playful and charming. And by the end of the month, you're going to find yourself being much more comfortable talking to both attractive women and not so attractive women. Like I said, do not avoid the attractive women when you're doing this. Because if you do, what's going to happen is one of these days, you're going to see a woman that you're just completely taken by her beauty, and you're going to be so terrified to talk to her because you have no experience with it. So that's why it's so important to talk to all women the same way. But by this time, you're going to feel comfortable enough where you could start escalating things a little further. And that is getting their phone number or arranging a date. One of the coolest ways to get a girl's number is to just pull out your phone, open up a blank contact, turn it around, hand your phone to her and say, why don't you give me your number? Now, I can't say that it's going to work every single time, but it's a very cool and confident way to do this. And I've gotten lots of positive feedback from the men that I have instructed to try this with. Now, one guy, he was telling me how he did this to a woman in a store, and she just turned beet red and started giggling. That's because women aren't expecting you to be so bold and confident in doing something like this. Now, another thing that I want you to do during this month as you're getting more comfortable speaking with women is I want you to make a list. And on this list, I want you to write down all of your great qualities. And it doesn't matter if other people see these qualities in you or not. These are the qualities that you know that you have. And don't worry about bragging to yourself a little bit. I mean, toot your own horn. This is the time that you should be doing something like that. And from there, I want you to narrow those qualities down to your top 10 or 15. And anytime that you catch yourself with that negative self-talk where you're doubting yourself, you're thinking you're no good, you're asking yourself, why would any woman want to talk to me? I want you to pull out this list and read it. But I don't want you to just read them like a list of facts. I want you to actually feel it and internalize it. And if you do this for long enough, you're going to begin thinking very positively about yourself, thus increasing your confidence. Now, it's going to take you a lot more than this to become the next Casanova. I'm not going to say that this is all that it takes, but this is a great way to push through all that social anxiety and that approach anxiety. Plus, combined with my videos learning about what women find attractive and why, you're going to be on your way into some lucky ladies' pants in no time. So don't worry about it. Just keep pushing forward and pushing past your comfort zone, and you're going to find very positive results. So if you guys have found my video helpful or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate a thumbs up and for you to share it with any of your friends and family. And I would also really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol next to it so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, not only will I have a link to both my contact page and my coaching page, and a link to some recommended reading of some great books that will help you further understand all of this, but I will also have a link to PayPal if you deem this video worthy of a donation. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.